Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, enemies and friends, welcome to the show that never ends. You are tuned into On the Real After the Credits, our weekly Westworld review, theory, and conspiracy theory show. This is the inaugural episode, so we'll see how this go. I'm your host, Steve Johnson, and joining me today is um, an empty chair
Okay.
and
Where is the chair?
The that's a damn good question, and also the last best hope for the resistance.
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
All right, all right. So,
Are there trumpets playing for this one? Since this is the inaugural. Is
nope.
It? No.
We don't have none of that.
Okay.
We don't know what this is gonna be.
Okay. All right.
But this is where this is less of a review show and more of a fan theory and conspiracy theory show.
Mad conspiracy.
So,
this is all for me. It's all conspiracy. So prepare.
Yes, and we want to sort of go over the Reddit theories. We want to go over the Facebook theories, our theories.
Right.
And we also want to have some call-ins or at least write-ins to
Texans or something. Right.
Any of that.
Any ends.
Right.
Right.
So, let's talk about this thing.
All right.
First of all, what did you think about it? Let's just get that out of the way. What did you think about just them coming back? Are you back in Westworld yet?
Somewhat. I mean, I'm excited for Westworld. I thoroughly enjoyed the first season. I guess there were definitely people who either found it confusing or it was just turned off by it, possibly because of the pacing and dialogue. Okay. And so some people are just going to get with it. I have
a theory about the dialogue.
We'll get into that.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Come on, let me skate, man.
Do your thing, baby.
I think the first season was just so well written, right? That it for some people it bothered them, and for others they were like, yeah, I can get with this. So
now, what specifically do you think bothered them?
Again, as I said, it was a pacing. So it was because it was dialogue driven, and so if you turned away for 3 seconds, you don't know what was going on. If there was little key elements that kind of led you breadcrumbs, and people were like, whatever.
Westworld was never that kind of show, right? Westworld was never I'm gonna watch this and I'm gonna like be on my phone at the same time. You stop whatever the F
you
had
to invest,
right? And it takes your attention. So I'm not like you expect that. So I don't think that is a knock on.
No, I'm not giving it a knock. I'm just saying that for some people it can be because attention spans are kind of short these days. Okay. So
all right. Now
it's just one of those things. So season 2 coming back, I'm with it. I'm excited to see where it's going. And I'm ready to dive in.
Okay, all right. Speaking of diving in, how do you like those hosts all in the water,
just floating?
Yeah, and Bernard killed them all. Let's just get right into it. Yeah, we're that's what this is. We're not reviewing this.
Right. Yeah, you're right. So, we're just talking.
Okay,
cool.
Let's just set the scene.
Okay.
Bernard wakes up
right
on a beach. Right now,
disheveled.
Yes.
Right.
Now the thing that I want to understand is because it seems like they're doing another time jump.
Okay.
So timeline A is immediately after Dolores shoots Ford in the head.
Is that where we're going with this timeline A, B, C kind of thing?
Yeah. So that's timeline A. Timeline B is the Beats timeline, right?
Okay.
Now, one thing I want to just point out right off the bat is that Charlotte's character, Tessa Thompson,
right,
is not.
Shout out to Tessa.
Yeah. She's not there in timeline B, right? The Beats timeline.
Right.
Why is that? You think she got away? Does that mean she got her?
You know what? I didn't even notice that.
Right, and that's the thing.
Because she was clearly talking to him, and we gotta escape, and blah blah blah, and all this and that, And then next thing you know, Bernard's on the beach with the soldiers. I don't know.
Right.
what their name are. You know, they're just protecting
Are they Delos soldiers?
Delos
Are
soldiers,
they,
right?
you know, they're saying okay, some fan theories were confirmed. First being that Delos, or the where all the worlds, because you know it's not just Westworld. You have Samurai World. You have whatever else.
Right.
They are on an island. Now, what I say
So you mean Westworld itself is on an island,
well,
or each one?
no, all of them that are housed in whatever, like Westworld and Samurai World, and I believe that Game of Thrones
That
is a world.
they're all on one island.
Yes.
That's
Or
interesting.
Maybe, so
I thought they were in separate areas. So like, you know, just so even with the idea of the island, I thought that there was a separation.
Okay, let me put it to you another way. What if it's just not an island? What if they're just on the moon, or maybe this whole like Westworld shit is not a moon or an island,
right?
But like Earth is just done, and Delos is basically the citadel where we are on our way to the next star system, and it's going to take, you know, a couple of hundred light years, so we all have to live on this spaceship. And how you pass that time so you can procreate, you go to Westworld, or you go to Samurai World.
That's disturbing.
Or you go to Game of Thrones world, because I think there's going to be a crossover. But that's like way out there.
Come on now. That's like
I'm just saying.
Come on, that's super out there.
It's all HBO. What if Delos is just HBO?
It might be.
And hey, Delos is very close to Dolores. So what if like the real person running all this isn't Arnold, it isn't Ford,
it's Dolores.
It's Dolores. And like the Dolores we see inside of this is just a host version of her.
Well, you know my thoughts. I just think that
we saw her outside in the future clothes.
Yeah, well, that was a sneak peek. You're tipping your cap to what's going to happen next week. Yeah, so that in itself, I think, is just some future discussion. Listen, this whole thing, actually, let's just, like you said, let's just jump into it. I think this entire thing, right, is everything happened in the past. So whatever we're considering as past, present, future, timeline A, B, and C, and all of this is in the past. We're just watching the fragments or the memories of callbacks. Like, these are all like hard drives, and this is just what happened as they rose to ascension.
Okay.
So we're you know, because I'm just thinking, even in a storyline aspect, that we're watching it and we're in it and we're going, oh, what's going to happen next? But in actuality, when you pull back the entire curtain, we're going to just be saying, wait a second, this all happened already?
Well, I mean, that's the nature of dealing with time jumps, though, right?
Right.
So I'm not super worried about that, because we don't, and there is a line in there where, what's his name? Bernard is
Bernard,
like, is this now? You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and that's that idea that it's all in their heads. It's all happening at once.
Right. And it was even interesting, even when you were talking about like when Bernard woke up from the beach or whatever, and clearly
without Charlotte, Tessa Thompson.
Without Charlotte, right? Okay. In timeline A, I think you coined that, right? And then the guard, Delos guard, or whomever she is, she's going through the files of the host, and it clearly shows Bernard, right?
Right.
And then I don't know the other gentleman, the who Hemsworth's character.
The actor Thor, it's his younger brother.
He comes over, and
Not
he's like
Liam Hemsworth, but somebody Hemsworth.
the third, because he has two other brothers.
Yes.
Right. And so he comes over and he's like, whoa, we're so glad we found you. You know, and all this excitement and everything, and she's pointing the gun at him, you know, and saying like, move, blah, blah, blah. He's like, whoa, what are you doing? That's the director. We need him. You know.
Okay, here
playing into this game.
Reddit theories is that this is all playing out for the whole Bernard waking up. They're just running him through a loop so that they can get some kind of information from him.
Yeah, because who was it that
And by the way, the guy, the bald guy,
uh-huh.
that is Floki from the show Vikings. For anyone wondering.
Okay, so who is it? What is it? Charlotte, right? Tessa Thompson's character, right?
Yes.
What do you remember the name that she mentioned? She said, "Oh, because he goes, who are you looking for?" I don't know if he was afraid. I don't know if it was like some type of loop issue or something that was going on in his head.
She told him that she was looking for Abernathy, which is Dolores' father.
She didn't say that from the onset,
she said that
though.
To somebody.
No, she said that. She said that to Bernard after he asked, but he didn't know at first because remember there was that drone that was walking by and he was nervous, thinking, "Is this drone going to find out that I'm a host as well?"
Right.
Because I feel like Bernard thinks he's the only one who knows that he's,
even though he's sticking like fluid into his and like no one saw that. So this is what I'm saying. It's all stupid. Now, okay, here is
all stupid.
It really is. But here is
thank you, boy Lee Sizemore, for that.
And that's what I'm coming to. So you said that the dialogue kind of would probably throw some people off. Now I want to just
the first
point
season.
out of the I'm talking about this season.
No, this season you would be thrown off for a different reason because it's not up to snuff compared to the first season.
But here's the thing: what if it is though?
The dialogue?
Yes.
How so?
In that,
not with those one-liners.
In this meta way, where I know that like when I first watched it, I was like, it was just super cringe.
Right.
And even to say the word cringe is cringy, but now I'm in a cringe loop. So we'll just
definitely
forget about
in a cringe
that.
Loop.
But the point is, I was angry when I watched it because I was like, oh my god, the show's gonna be terrible now. Like Dolores literally looked in the camera. I've played a lot of roles, and I've got one more role to play.
Dun, dun, dun.
Myself.
Dun, dun, dun,
what
dun,
the
dun,
F?
dun.
And then I realized that all of this is a script.
Right.
Right? And it's a poorly written script by Lee Sizemore.
Who everyone...
Who's with Maeve.
Right.
With Andy Newton.
And he was told that his script is crap.
But yes, Ford told him that all the time.
Ford told him,
and we knew he was rolling out a new
your
script.
writing is trash. Do it over.
And
anybody who's playing this will realize that it's BS.
Right. So... now, if that's happening, that means that all of this was a part of the plan. And furthermore, there's a line where Maeve, before she tells him to strip, Maeve tells Sizemore, "You wrote this game.
It's about time, you get
to play it."
Yeah, it's time for you to play it.
So that to me is everything I need.
That's
to
the
know.
tell.
He wrote the game. Okay, good. That's because he wrote this horrible dialogue.
Right.
So if they have written bad dialogue on purpose just to let you know that this is all a script,
then you're going to be like, yo, damn, Westworld. Look at you.
Okay.
Look at how y'all getting it in. Yeah.
So, okay. Now.
But wait, there's more.
Yes. Now, in the end of this episode, Bernard, this is back in timeline A, the Beats timeline.
Okay.
Now, I want to point another thing out. They start out on a beach, right? He wakes up on the beach.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I was mentioning. Yeah, I was right.
And then, like you said, they end up back at a beach.
Okay.
With another set of, or is it the same set?
Right,
that tells me they're just running him through a loop.
Right? And it goes to what you were saying about this. This is one big island.
Jerk.
Yeah, and so.
And I don't think it's an island. I'm just putting that out here today.
Right.
It's a spaceship, and they're on their way
to
the
that
nearest star system.
That's what you're sticking with.
That has a habitable planet. Yes.
Okay. So clearly,
that's why.
So Earth is destroyed.
Earth is done.
There's, we can't breathe the air. Everybody had to go to sleep.
All the rich people left Earth. Maybe Earth is still there, but it's
like
Elysium.
Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. The rich people definitely dipped.
Right. So
Because only the rich people can afford Westworld.
Exactly. And they're on that spaceship leaving us to burn with the planet that got ruined.
Right.
And they just spend their time, you know what I mean, choking people to death.
Folks, don't even watch the rest of Westworld. Just
we figured it out.
It's done. I mean, I wasn't rocking with him before, right? When he was talking about everybody's on the ship, but he just clearly put the pieces together.
Okay.
All the rich people left us. We're burning. We're dying, etc. They're playing in Westworld. We're dead.
Right.
That's what it is.
And
you know what? Just end the show.
That's it. No. but so now again, none of this, by the way,
right?
None of this is a mistake.
Right. None of this happenstance. Right.
Everything is Maeve's role, Dolores's role,
script.
Bernard,
script.
All a script.
Script.
Right?
Right.
This is so that because people like the Man in Black
right.
kept coming there and he was bored.
Right.
He was probably going to pull his money out of the place.
Now remember Will made enough money and he owns a part of I don't know if he owns all of Westworld, but he owns a
sizable, but he was probably going to pull his money out of it because it was it was boring to him. It was all I don't believe anything. People could die.
Right.
So what if this whole thing is just a script so that it feels more real? So we're gonna take it up another level. So all of those humans those guests that you thought were dead, they were just more hosts.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that it's got to be more hosts, and so now how you up the ante right into the second level of this maze, right? As you go in deeper, is that hey, come to Westworld where
anything could happen.
Anything could happen. You might die, you might live, But so that's what the attraction phase of it is, right? But the end goal, as I think you somewhat alluded to before, the end goal is because, and they said it at the end of the episode, was that they're trying. He's like, "Are you trying to get the DNA from from the host? From the
you mean
guest
Charlotte's
experience
and Delos' end goal."
Right, Delos' end goal, because Bernard was asking Charlotte, "Hey, are you trying to get the DNA from the guest experience with the host?"
Okay.
And she just said, "We're not talking about that right now. We're just trying to live."
Right.
Right. She just brushed them off.
That's all a part of a script to.
To just kind of throw Bernard off, even just because it's. So, do you think Charlotte is a?
No.
Okay.
Here's another way to think about it, right?
Mm.
I mean, there is the theory that everyone is a host, but what about this, right? And this is not my theory, but I'm adding a little
spice,
a little
sazon,
to this thing.
Okay.
So the idea
Paprika.
is they are running Bernard through a loop because Delos they've implanted some information into Abernathy or one of the hosts, right?
Okay.
They need something, and essentially what they're doing is Delos is basically taking human beings, right?
Okay.
Killing them, and then sending host versions of them that they can control. So like the Manchurian candidates all over the world.
Just like amplified to 1 billion.
Yeah. So anybody that comes to Westworld,
you're gonna die.
All your memories, right? You're done. Right now,
you're paying to die.
That's
so
it.
But this is all for obviously because only rich people can afford it. This is for the powerful and the wealthy, right?
Only rich people can
the
afford
influencers.
it. Those exactly
right.
They're influencers. Now, think about this.
So you're telling me like they're gonna invite like Cardi B or somebody like this into Westworld?
I said influencers, right?
Okay.
So let's just go one level deeper. Bernard realizes what's going on, and when he realizes what Charlotte is up to, he kills her. That is why she's not in the Beats timeline. and they're running him through a loop to try to get the information from him. And Bernard, has killed all of the hosts so that Delos cannot get what they're looking for.
So now, at the end of
because that's what he said. I killed them all.
I killed them all.
He doesn't know why though, because they keep resetting him, right? Because
so you think he's being controlled?
He's absolutely being controlled, but he's hiding something from them.
I think Bernard has enough free will where
I think Bernard has zero free will, but please continue.
No, so I was gonna say I think that there's enough free will in him where there's certain callbacks going on, right? And so I agree with you that there's a possibility that he killed Charlotte, right? But if he killed Charlotte, and because that means that Delos is just serving her up as fodder, right?
I mean, they already
because he goes to the beach.
Won't let her leave until she recovers the whatever they're looking
Abernathy
for.
Or whatever the host. But if however that is, right? She's fodder, and she can't leave until they get that package. When he goes to the beach, their reaction was like just dry, right? Because he didn't murmur that. He didn't murmur that.
They didn't ask
He said that out loud.
He said it out loud, but forget about that. How about when they came up to him on the beach the first time? And again, this is from Reddit, right?
Right.
They didn't even ask, wait, hold on. Everybody got killed here 2 weeks ago. Are you hungry? Are you nothing?
Oh, was it a 2 weeks lapse?
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, okay.
People have been dead for a while. Now, here's my next question to you, right?
Yes, sir.
Before we wrap this thing up. Do you think Ford is actually dead? I know we saw the maggots coming out of his eyes, but what does that mean?
Was there maggots coming out of his eyes?
I don't know. They could have been like fake maggots.
I mean, if you have animals, if you have cattle and all this other stuff as, replicate, as hosts or whatever, then of course there's like fake maggots.
Right.
Everything is fake.
Right.
So, yes, no, to your question, no, I don't think he's dead. Or if you said do I think he's alive, then yes, he's alive. I don't remember which way you asked the question. But yes, Ford is alive.
Okay, so Ford's alive.
Ford's alive.
Now here's my next question to you, good sir.
Yeah.
Because there's another theory is that all of this is Arnold. And Arnold never died. And Ford was the host the whole time.
Ford is the host and Arnold's the actual one alive. Now, Arnold...
This is like...
Right. This is... Yeah, right.
So that's what this is. Conspiracy theory.
All right, but so Ford wanted to continue to bring... He just enjoyed the creation part of all of this. Right? And Arnold thought about the ethics, right? The behind this. He wanted to explore, can we achieve...
I think that Arnold...
Or rather, can the host achieve, like, a sense of consciousness?
So I think it was weird because they played it a certain way. Like, okay, last season they were saying, okay, Arnold believed that they were more than what they were, and that was the argument. But then you find out at the end of it, that's what Ford believes, but he wanted to go about it in a different way,
right?
Which is, I need to subject you to all of this,
to the horrors for you
so
to
that you
understand,
can evolve,
right?
And actually come into yourselves,
right?
And be real. So here's just another question, just rolling off of that. What if the battle was never between
Arnold and Ford?
Yeah, but it's really between William, the man in black,
and Ford
or Arnold, because Arnold's not dead.
But that would imply that would imply that William was there since the beginning, and he wasn't.
He didn't need to be there from the beginning.
So that's just something that Ford said. You know what? F you. Since you're impeding on, my creation, I'm just gonna kick this up a notch. Since you're demanding, so what you're saying is, since he's demanding so much,
having an argument that's been playing out for 40 years.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this is that. Now, here's just another, because we're
Right.
like,
Right. Throwing stuff out
what
there.
if the man in black, right?
Right.
What if he's the host, right? And basically this is Ford. The whole purpose of all of this, because it's all scripted, right?
Right.
And they have been, and Ford has basically sent the real man in black out into the world.
Right.
And by the world, I mean the spaceship that they're on, but whatever.
Okay.
but the man in black he's dead, and the whole purpose of the game is for him to find out that he's
been dead,
yeah,
and that he's a host. That's a cool way to look at it. I think there would be a confrontation. I was just thinking that somewhat of what you're thinking, that the man in black is going to find himself, and that coincides with the DNA situation. And what is he going to do with that? Right. And so when he's confronted with himself, you're saying that he's already dead, and then he's like, wait a second, I've been a host. Right. He's been dead for a long time, and I've been a host this whole time. I think it's more so a situation where he sees himself in the mirror. He's like, wait a second, what's going on? And that's the second
that would be
level.
Kind of whack, because they kind of did that last season with Bernard. So
right.
Just keep that in mind.
Well, I think but I mean, it just confuses you even more. But I don't even know. I mean, William Man in Black, he's important, but I think the bigger picture is trying to figure out what's real and fake between humanity. Because one of the things that I kind of noticed, even as watching this, this opener into the second season, is just how much death is occurring. Right? It's just mad death.
Yeah, but they just reset them at the end. It doesn't really matter.
No, but that in itself is a question. When does it matter? Right? We as the viewer are watching. Oh yeah, they're just hosts, so they just reset them and blah blah blah. But you don't get like desensitized, or you don't feel anything, even though it's a TV show. But you don't just like,
okay.
Listen, hold on, hear me out. How they reacted to, don't bring up Walking Dead, right, or anything like that.
That's not what I was gonna do.
Oh, okay, but just in just watching when they wild out and they started beating the kid, right, and you have that slow mo.
I think they were hosts too, but sure.
Yeah. That the host was beating the kid, right?
Yes.
The host, right? Because we talked about that. It's a script.
They're all
It's all a script. Which I'm down with that theory, but I'm saying us as the viewer watching this, right, and just seeing people get shot, and hosts killing other hosts, or humans killing hosts, or hosts killing humans. However it plays out, just death after death after death. Is there nothing more than that?
Okay, let me ask you a question, and this is I want to close off with this.
Uh-huh.
Do you get tired of how many kills you rack up in Destiny?
I haven't played Destiny in a while.
Or Gears of War?
For me, yes.
Or Mass Effect? Do you
Mass Effect is not about killing.
Do you stop and question?
Mass Effect ain't about killing.
It's too much bloody murder.
Yes.
You ask yourself that when you're playing these games?
Yes. After a while, it gets desensitizing after a while, man. And hold on. No, you can't leave out just that. We talked about this when it comes to whack-ass Transformers, and I said when you show these type of films and we're watching this as an audience, after a while you just think that, hell, I can slide down 100-foot like building and live. Oh, hell, I can just bust through glass and I won't be cut up. I can aim for the bushes and I'm good.
But
like those type of things. What's happening?
This is what I'm coming to is, what if the whole, forget about season 2. Let's say this thing goes on for 6 or 7 seasons.
I think it's only going to 3. I think that was confirmed because they're looking for the end goal.
What at the end of it, right? What if at the end of it,
right,
it's just some kids playing a video game. They get up, and their parents call them, and they're just like, "Yeah, it's time for dinner," and then they turn off.
I would be angry. I would be so angry. I would be so angry.
Okay, but what if when they got up in that game, you saw that their mom was calling them from inside the spaceship because they're going to the next star system.
And you know who that mom is? A robot. Because in the opening scene, in the opening credits or whatever of Westworld, what was emphasized this time around was an embryo, whereas last time it was just the body itself coming out of the white, milky whatever.
Oh, okay. How about this? Because I'm just going with this whole we're on the way to the next star system thing.
Right. You're hanging your hat on that.
Yes, everyone in the whole system
is dead.
Forget about that.
Okay.
Everyone in the whole system, everything
is aliens.
Everybody. This is Charlotte. This is the Man in Black.
Right.
This is Ford. This is Arnold.
Are in vegetative state.
No.
I'm still okay.
All of mankind is already dead. And we sent this thing off, and the AI, the only way for the AI to evolve is to run through repetitions of living life. And part of life, as just our evolution, was the wars and destruction and all that stuff. And so they have these different cultures, which is the West, the East, with samurai world.
Right.
You know what I mean? You have your Game of Thrones world, because that's a thing now. I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay.
So my point is that the AI just experiences itself over and over again until it actually becomes sentient for when it gets to the next star. Okay. There's no humans left.
So
there's no one writing the script.
So the preservation is just the AI.
Yes, they are the evolution. But what I'm saying is that's it. That the death event already happened.
All right, fair point.
You know what I mean? We Earth is done.
Earth, humans, all of it gone.
Yes. And so that stairwell that looks like it goes down forever,
right,
is just the corridor of the spaceship.
Shout out to Google.
I don't know what Google has to do with this, but sure.
AI.
I would probably be more afraid of Amazon. But on that note,
hey folks, man, that Bezos is a host.
Bezos is a host,
and you know
it's true because it rhymes. Bezos the host.
Bezos, and you know this guy from Facebook, Zuckerberg.
Oh yeah, well Zuckerberg is the Man in Black. So, okay, so all right. One thing. So Teddy, just because shout out to Teddy, he's still a clown. You know what I'm saying? Following behind Dolores. And
yo, like, man, Teddy is riding in on the train, looking at the sunset,
at the
man.
End of it?
What's that?
When Bernard was like, "I killed all of them," did they show Teddy's floating dead body?
Wasn't that Teddy?
I think it was. I'm almost positive it was.
All right, real quick, as we head on out. So, what do you think about next week's episode with that callback? And you see,
so next week's episode is titled "Reunion."
Right. And this one was out of the darkness, or what was it called?
I don't know. Journey into the darkness, whatever it was.
Right. We'll do better next time.
No. It's Journey into Night.
Journey into Night. Okay.
Now,
reunion.
Yes. So, and it in the picture of it, it looks like Dolores is wearing like new people clothes. Right. And the subtitle for it is "Let's Go Back to the Beginning." Right. So it says, "Why don't we start at the beginning?" That's just the what do you call it? So my question is will it all be a flashback? Will we see?
I told you this whole thing is a flashback.
No. All of it. But I'm saying before all of that, so we'll see essentially who Dolores is made from, right? Right. Because okay. What if all of the hosts? What if all of the hosts are made from real people, just like Bernard?
Right. Bernard comes from this guy.
From Arnold.
And Arnold, that's his wife.
Dolores?
Possibly.
That's why he named it Delos, the company. Okay.
And there was a spat there. Who knows? Maybe when they were first creating things, they had to go from what they know. That's
Yeah.
how it works. Any
Maybe that's what they're
storyline, any
still doing,
script
and they're
is from what you
replacing
know.
them and putting them back into the real world
And maybe he was
to run
taking
the
that
spaceship.
DNA from her.
Okay, that's all I got, folks. I don't know if you want to add anything. Do you have any theories, some wild theories that we haven't covered?
Everybody's dead. So, I mean, we've been throwing theories out left and right. So, it is.
So
We'll
I
keep
just
it
want
going.
to
We'll keep
track.
the party going.
I want to track the main two so that we can come back to them. So main theory number one is that this nothing, everything is acting as it should because this is all a script and all the bad dialogue comes from Lee Sizemore
Right.
script.
Yes.
Right.
We are in
and
agreement
again,
of that. Yes.
Remember,
it's all a loop.
Maeve is on script because remember last season Bernard read out her script to her how she's gonna go on the train and
she
turn around,
flipped out
and she broke the tablet, but then she went on the train and turned around.
Yep.
Right.
And she's going to look for a daughter who doesn't exist.
Exactly. And Lee points out how much this doesn't make sense, and she does it anyway.
Right.
Because she thinks, and then also last season, they said someone logged in with Bernard, used Bernard's login. Not Bernard, Arnold's login.
Right.
Who did that? Maybe Bernard's still alive. So Bernard is still alive. And Ford.
You mean
Arnold's still alive.
Arnold.
Ford was always a host, right?
Right.
This is a script by Lee Sizemore, so that the guests can feel more alive. So all the people that are actually surviving,
right?
It's just because
they were allowed to.
Exactly. And everybody, the guests that you think are getting shot,
they're hosts.
Okay, either that or everybody's a host.
Right. Either way.
And finally, when this is all said and done, they're on a spaceship.
All right. So that right. That's yours. I forget whatever.
I'm saying remember that's mine.
Right. You're claiming that
when it comes out.
You're claiming the spaceship.
That one didn't come from Reddit. Okay. What do you got? Anything you want to stake your claim to, so we can come back to the inaugural episode of After the Credits Westworld edition.
I'll watch this and remember exactly what I said, and then I'll come back on the second one and I'll officially say, like, this is what I'm going with going forward.
I just went cross-eyed. What does that mean? Are you in like 2 timelines?
Yes, I'm a host.
Okay.
And people out there would believe it too. So yes, I'm a host.
So you have no big predictions?
Everyone's dead.
Oh, that's your prediction. Everybody's dead.
Yeah. So look.
Now, by dead, what do you mean? Like,
I mean, like everyone is dead. Like everyone is already dead. Here's my big.
You mean all humans?
Yeah, humans are cooked. Yeah.
Like,
so here's
like a meteor hit Earth.
Yeah, everyone's dead. That's
okay. Everybody on Earth is dead. There's no humans.
No, my big prediction is that, and I don't even know if this is a big prediction, but I just said that from the beginning that all of this is an entire, like, yes, this is one script, but all of it is a script, right? And these are loops that's already been created. So like when they circled around, because they said the maze is, or he said that to William, is that now it starts where it began, right? Like, or it ends where it begins. That's how you, and so he wanted to go in deeper. Now the goal is to get out, right? And so he has to find his way out of the maze, even though he's like going deeper. And so just so no one gets cross-eyed, basically what's happening is that the people at the top are setting up shop to continue their like cloning process, and you know, they have to keep running these like scenarios and scripts so that they can just replace everyone. So everybody's dead. Doesn't even matter.
Right. And the DNA that Charlotte had was just DNA to make new people, because they're recreating the human race, the rich people in the human race.
I just believe that you reminded me. I just believe that they want to see host procreate with other hosts and or humans and
no,
have babies.
That's Blade Runner. I don't think they care about that.
There's a baby in this, so a baby's coming. I'll hang my hat on that. Blade
right.
Runner or not,
All right.
they want babies.
Okay. I mean, this is very this. There's a lot of parallels between this and Blade Runner. Like replicants and hosts are pretty much the same thing. So, okay.
Yep.
That's it, folks. So, host babies.
Host babies.
Everybody's dead.
Everybody's dead.
They're in space.
In space.
And Lee Sizemore wrote the whole script.
Yes. Yes.
Those are our episode 1 predictions. We will have new predictions and theories and conspiracy theories for you next week. Mr. Woods, tell them where they can find you, sir.
Why Woods, Why Not on most social media platforms or whywoodswhynot.com. Yes, I will be writing and posting something. Well. So, yes.
All right, and you can find me also with Mr. Woods on the Real proper this weekend. If you're into politics, you can find me
weekend.
On the second
page.
And if you are into dads talking about dad stuff, you can check out the 36 Chambers of Fatherhood. And if you want to get a hold of me directly, you can find me at Steve A.M. Johnson on your favorite social media network, as long as it's not Snapchat. And please take a moment. If you have made it this far, then you are through the looking glass and you have beaten Ford's game. But if you've done that,
congratulations, man.
Take a moment and like and share and subscribe.
Yes.
And tell your friends to tell their friends, because we're trying to do something big here.
Yep.
So help us out. It'll be fun. Hugs, not drugs. On the Real.
Later.